Hi, Teaquilters. It's been a long day, guys. I am so sleepy right now. But I'm going to do live sewing chat anyway. um, Hopefully, our battery hold out for the microphone system because I did not get it onto the charger when I came in from Kevin's house earlier today. And don't even have Sheen on. Woo! Put these over here. So, pull you all up on my cell phone. I don't even have the stand in here. See, that's the one thing I don't like about moving is because I forget to put stuff back. So I don't have my phone stand, which I may have to end up going to find. I forgot about it. Ooh wee. Your channel. And this ain't gonna work. Ugh. Let's see. Nancy Gus is here. Deborah Quilts. French Seams. Teresa McCormick. And thanks again, Teresa, for your wonderful gifts that you gave us earlier today. That was so thoughtful. And they were so useful as well. So that's pretty cool. Darcy Savali saying, remember to give T a thumbs up. Thank you, Darcy. Janice Miller is here. Linda Foose. Joyce Burrow. A lot of you all come back from earlier. Ella Odom. Sue Baker. Melinda C. saying, I enjoyed you and Kevin. Laughter is good for the soul. Thumbs up. Betsy T. Roberts. Thank you, Joyce. Lisa Thompson's here. She's back. Teresa Stuckey. Judy L. Kevin the Quilter. Miss T, I miss you. It's been way too long. Evening, all T Quilters. C-Rex. Darlene Crosby. Charlene Kessinger. A lot of familiar names. Craft with Love 55. Barbara Polk. Sharon Lewis. Stephanie. Quilty Graham. Saying it's been a while. Quilt Gal. She got her spinning star cut out. Now those border blocks. That's pretty cool. Kevin, I was talking to Teresa. He's saying thanks for the gifts. What a lovely surprise. That was nice. Sheila Willis is here. Wash your hands saying hello, everyone. And Teresa saying you're more than welcome. It was my pleasure. Thank you for what you do. So thank you as well. Cynthia Shade says good evening to all from Chicago. Dora Camarina. Hi, T and friends from California. Stephanie says, I'm just going to go on record and say this month's 4-star general block can kick rocks. Too many freaking pieces. Courtney Sturbins is here. Hi, and welcome to the channel, Courtney. Appreciate you. And Tiffany is also back. Hope you're feeling a little better, Tiffany. Sue is here. Says, hello, T and friends. Sorry I missed you Wednesday and this afternoon. Was in Kentucky visiting friends and dropping off quilts at Hancock's of Paducah. So that's really cool. Tom Eckery also popping back in. So that's where we are. I need a stand, so let me go get that right away. It'll be some more people come in. And I also am having some sinus issues, so I'll be clearing my throat quite a few times. Let's see. Get you up here that I forgot to unpack. Who else has come in just in case? June Hanson. And that's it. So welcome everybody. I didn't even do a date at the beginning of this video. I am thinking about these blocks. I only have 8 of these blocks sewn for the mystery. And I do plan to make the rest of the blocks eventually. But just not today. What I am gonna do is I found somebody on Bonnie Hunter's site posted a different setting without doing all of the half-inch sashing, half-inch finish sashing. That's in this quilt top, and it's Debbie Durambazi. This setting right here. So I'm just gonna sew this stuff together like this. I don't know what I'm gonna do right now with any of the other pieces that I have, but all I have is 8 of these blocks made. But I can start sewing some of this stuff. So that's what I'm gonna do. And then I'll make blocks as I need them to sew into rows. Kevin goes, not today. Right. Thank you, Tiffany. She's welcoming everybody joining the live, saying don't forget to give Tia a thumbs up. Also, if you're new, we have a Facebook group as well. That's Teaquilts LLC. And also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Appreciate you all stopping by. Mary is back. I don't think I missed anybody. I'm hoping I've gotten everybody. I haven't missed anybody. So, I got enough blocks that I can sew. Let's see. If I go short ways, I can sew 3 4 patches. That's what we're going to do. And then I'll start making blocks. And hi, Scott, too. I forget to say Scott lately. So, yeah. So, that's what we're going to do. So, these blocks have many seams in them. And they are going to be a pain to sew. I'm going to sew them together anyway. I am going to pin them since they so thick. I'm going to pin these intersections. I don't really want to, but since they go in the same direction, that's what I'm going to do. And pray. I did not even oil the machine. I'm just in here flying by the seat of my pants today. Hi, Brenda Foley. Leetta Bryant's also back. I'm listening, trying to get this Christmas quilt off my quilter. That's June. And Darlene Crosby says, I'm here too, listening and working. Yes. So thanks, everybody. I am going to just start sewing 4 patches. And the first ones is 2 of these blocks. I only have 8 of. And then the next one is one of this one and the other one. So I'm just gonna sew this together just to get this out of my face. Because I hate to not finish it since I did all the previous sewing on here. All the previous stitching of these blocks. Yeah, so we're going to do that. We're just going to sew this stuff together and pray. All right, so the next row, I need one of this block. And this block sits upright throughout the entire quilt like this. So let me turn the whole stack. Turn the whole stack. And it gets put up against one of these. Trying to pick a block that don't have this blue in it because I think I got that blue in 2 blocks already. Now these seams are also going in the same direction. So I pressed all of my seams in the same direction. So we'll have to pin. So we won't get a whole. It's not bad on this one though. Going to this, it's only 2 places. Haha. Dorsey says, I am resting. It was hockey day in Minnesota. Uh-oh, I lost my chat. And it just popped back up here without me touching anything. So I spent a lot of time at the rink. So rest up, girl. Kathy D's Creative Chaos is back. Courtney goes, hey at Teaquilts, which Bernina do you have? I have the Bernina 770, the Quilters Edition, which means it's also embroidery unit as well. I got the embroidery unit. I got they call it the QEE, Bernina Quilters Edition with embroidery. Bonita Nan says, hey, Miss T and everyone. I was looking at the 4-Star General video today earlier and noticed the time. Oh, I don't know if she's talking about notice the time today. Like right now, notice the time. Kevin says, oh, he's talking to Steph. Joyce saying, I'm sewing the 3rd section together on the double wedding ring. Next, sew the halves together. Looking forward to quilting it. So you fast, girl. You a fast piecer. It take people years to finish a quilt like that. Lisa is also reminding you all to hit the thumbs up. Sue Baker saying, I've been working on Quilt of Valor all day. Just wanted to watch and laugh. Yes. So my next 4 patch is going to be just 4 of these units. Just trying to make sure that the fabrics that meet up in the 4 patches aren't the same. So this one's easy. I didn't even draw a grid on this, okay? I did not make it easy on myself. We're going to actually end up making some blocks because we're going to need blocks fast when I only got 8 ready out of 30, I think. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of blocks. All right. Teresa says, I've got the Packer 49 games on. One of the things I like about football is seeing grown men skip. Bonita's talking to Kevin. Hopefully, Kevin saw that. Mary's talking to Kevin. Yeah. Shirley says, I'm cutting 2.5-inch squares from my scraps. I can do that without thinking too hard so I can pay attention to the live chat. Well, thank you, Shirley. Beth Prickett says, hey, everyone. Hey, Beth. Welcome to the channel. Dee Hansen says she's here from Michigan after a nap between quilting. Yes, I was trying to get a nap, but I sure didn't get one as long as I'd like. Oh, Kevin, Ben said that your soup is good too. I forgot to tell you. Kevin made soup today, and he gave me some to bring home. So I ate that too, and then tried to take a nap. My brother is here, saying hi, sis, and everyone. Stay safe. Hey, sir, welcome. Lynette Williams is back. Darcy is reminding people to hit that thumbs up button. 72 people, and she only see 18 thumbs up, guys. Come on, let's hit the thumbs up. Kim Burris is here. And Joy saying that she's not fast, just determined to get it done. She's doing averaging 4 hours a day sewing on that double wedding ring quilt. Thank you, Kathy. She says her thumb is up. And somebody said they see 49 thumbs up, so that's good. Sometimes you got to refresh too for the new numbers to pop up. I'm hoping I'm not missing anybody's. Susan, you're out's back. um, so yeah, I think I'm caught up. I think I need 2 more of these for the second one of these. Just trying to make sure the fabrics right next to each other aren't the same. Other than that, I don't care. I like the concept of these chain blocks. Just for some reason, I didn't like it with, I think it's just the colors. It's too much pink, red, and yellow. It should have been some blue somewhere in the block. I think I would have liked it a little bit better. Um, so I'm just going to sew this stuff together just to get rid of it. I'm not going through all that work to add sashing. So, and I like this one. Some modern quilter in Bonnie's group, Debbie Dorambazi. She put this up. So I'm stealing her idea. So I don't have to do a whole lot more piecing. I appreciate people posting pictures so you can see what other folks is doing with it. I don't have the time right now to even think about this stuff, so I have to move this stack of blocks and move this one too, I guess. I should cut this thing on. I'm going to be needing that ruler, so don't bury it too far. Okay. So I want to press one block one way and the other one the other. I'm not even going to press open after all of this. My long arm machine is going to be crying when it's time to quilt this thing. And then press this one the other way. I guess I should have pressed these open. Let me go back and press them open. Decisions. Thank you, Kim. She's also reminding people to thumbs up, everyone, share and subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications. Join us on Facebook, answer the questions, and share your projects. Yes, thank you. If you're asking to join the group, asking to join the Facebook group, please answer the 3 questions. It just makes it so that you can get in a little bit quicker. And I don't have to go spying around your Facebook page trying to see if you've got a quote or something on there. Because if you don't, you're not going to get in. And then it saves me time. I am going to go ahead and press these open since it's so bulky. Goodness gracious. I just hope when I go to quilt this that my machine don't hit these bumps and go the other way. Courtney says, Teaquilts, I love your long arm videos. Well, thank you. I haven't put up videos since August of last year, so I am working on that. I just been recently uploading videos this month, so I'm still working on that African Take 5 quilt. I gotta edit the next video. I took a picture today so that I could finish that video at Kevin's house. That's why the quilt was hanging on the wall earlier today, in earlier today's video. And I'm hoping that I'm trying to press this as much as I can since my steam press isn't ready yet. I feel a little bit of heat, but it's not a lot. Woo! Okay. And Dorsey goes, I know I remind about the thumbs up a lot, but when we get taken good care, what'd she say? But when we get talking good, it could be easier to forget. Yes. So thank you, Darcy. I appreciate that. June says, my lower leg says, ooh, mama, my legs hurt. I can tell it's been a while. T, your Take 5 quilt is beautiful. Thank you, Kim. I did put a Facebook up again, June Hansen saying. So, yeah. Let me see if it'll give me any kind of heat so I can sew this seam. It hasn't been on yet. The steam press takes a little while to heat up. And it did do a little bit and press some of my seams back down. That's the problem with a steam press. And then these seams are so thick that they don't want to stay flat enough for the steam press to get to them. So it takes a little bit of effort. And I normally press flat on my desk. I don't know why I'm doing it on this mat today. I don't have myself set up like I normally am, and my mat is not sitting in here right. So I'll probably have to use a regular iron. But I'm going to go ahead and sew these together here. I'll just sew 4 patches. I won't sew these 4 patches together into rows. I'll make sure I go to an iron because My seams won't even lay open long enough for the steam press to get them, y'all. And then I'll come back in here and press it to make them a little flat. um, how big is your sewing space? This room is only 10 by 10. It's 10 feet by 10 feet. It's not very big. I probably should have masking tape in here so I could have marked these blocks as well. I'm not going to get that many done anyway. It should be easy to figure out. I'll put a pin in the top corner for reference. And I don't even have my press stick in here. Oh, I do have one in here. I need a small iron on now. My small iron is I took to Kevin's house and didn't even use it. It's still in the bag. I did not unpack. All right. Right there. Go to the other two down here. Right here. Press these seams open just at the intersection, I think, because I think I need to press them open right before I press them with a heated iron because there's a lot of seams. I'm going to use this stick. I don't have my heated iron though. Okay. Just at the intersection. All right. So right here, put a pin. Hold the seam down. Kevin asking people, how do you all highlight his name? I haven't been able to be out of my chair to do due to low oxygen levels. Okay, that's June. Responding to some people. Susan done finished her Halloween quilt, and she's now working on another UFO Hancock Fabrics Quilter Sampler Club, June 2007. Oh my gosh. I know nothing about that. I don't tend to join a whole lot of fabric clubs. I used to do Benartex. Zella McKenzie is here saying hi from Florida. Hi Zella, welcome to the channel. Please hit the subscribe button, please, and come back. We're just here sewing, doing a sewing chat today. We'll be here till 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. Been on about a half hour now. Janet Macro says working on my 4-star general for February. Can't fall behind. Having surgery Tuesday on my back. So prayers for Janet, you all, for her surgery and for her surgery team. So, okay. So, just like this, after this thing, we'll have at least 2 4 patches done. That was better than no 4 patches. Okay. Let's see. These things so thick. My Bernina don't even want to stitch over this stuff, okay? Then I had to pull the thread. It didn't like it at all. Came completely unthreaded. Some thick seams. Okay. Okay. Ugh, it broke again. They don't like these thick seams. They thick, guys. See what the stitching looked like. I think it was picking up the bobbin. Here we go again. It's like, what molehill are you trying to stitch over? Oh my God. And this is probably why she has all of those sashings in there. But I don't like it enough to do all that sewing. Okay. Let's see what other comments. Carissa Renninger is here. Hey, Carissa. Courtney says, I'm working on a UFO from 2019 and goal to finish UFOs this year, plus have 2 projects that are paper foundation piecing. So that's good. She's got a goal. It's always to have some idea of what you want to do. And then if you get at least a third of it done, that's a good thing. At least you had something to choose from. Kathy says, that's bigger than my sewing room. She's talking about my 10 by 10 room. They're helping Kevin out with the technology stuff. If I had a huge room, I'd probably fill it up. So small is okay. Yeah. That's the problem. I have a small room and then I keep finding all these deals and bargains and now it's like all crowded in. So I got to start cleaning some of it out. I need to go through some stuff that I have in storage and get rid of some of that so I can move some other stuff there. Like I have probably a container or 2 of ties. It's like, okay, do I want the new pretty fabric or do I want to keep the ties? And I've been having these ties now for about 15 years and haven't made not one tie quilt. So it's stuff like that that I'm thinking I'm going to be getting rid of. I do like the concept of making a tie quilt, but I'm not doing it, so I need to get rid of them. Dorsey says, I told myself that I wasn't going to get any more fabric, and then all of a sudden I see the Dr. Seuss. I had to get some. You never know when you will see it again. Yes, I have some Dr. Seuss fabric in holding for whenever I have a grandchild, if ever. Brenda Foley says, mother-in-law brought a new living room suit, making her a Christy Moser Buffalo Lodge table topper for her coffee table. Now that's nice. And Teresa says she didn't know the highlight trick either. Yeah, but it only shows to the person who it's going to, so you don't know if it worked on your end, but they see it. So it's just a little highlight to that person. And Quiltigram is also prayers for surgery to Janet, quick healing, and not in pain for too long afterwards. Take care. So that's really sweet. Carissa says, I haven't ordered any fabric in almost a year. Ordered some this morning, Darcy. That is funny. Worked on the chandelier top from Missouri Star. Top done. And we'll put 3 borders to make it bigger. Carissa says she took a 3-hour nap. I wish I would have gotten a 3-hour nap. I wasn't even home 3 hours, okay? Goodness gracious. And then I had to unpack my car. And Stephanie says, my Bernina hates thick seams. Yep, and this stuff is a mess. Okay, question. When I cut prints, I cut it folded because I know right and wrong sides of fabric. On Kona cotton, which sometimes it's hard to tell right and wrong side. So you all cut in a single layers? No, I still keep it folded. Kona cotton, you're not going to know the difference between one side or the other. That's one of the reasons why I love to use it. But if you're getting like a lower grade broadcloth, then it's kind of sometimes hard, easy. It's hard to see, but when you piece it, you can see the difference in the lock color from front to back. Kona cotton, you're not going to have a problem with front and back. I treat it like a batik, so I don't worry about it. Sue is a mess. She says, just to let everyone know, 143 days until T's retreat. She can't wait for a retreat to happen. My watch and everything is working off my arm. My body ready to go to sleep. Can you loosen your pressor foot pressure to get over those jumps? Probably. My Bonita doesn't like thick seams either. Bought my Juki and it goes over everything. Yeah, and I do have a heavy duty machine. I have a Singer, and I got some old machines that will go over these seams too. Mary says, I use a walking foot on thick seams. Courtney says, I do fill up my shop of 10 by 20 as well. She's filled up her space of 10 by 20. Beth says, been collecting ties too. Not a quilt though. See, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not even sure if these are silk ties. You know, they're not from anybody in my family. I think I just bought them at some estate sale or something for something really, really cheap. And I just been holding on to them. But I don't, some of them are so thick. They're polyester. I know polyester. But I don't think that a lot of them are silk. And it's like, why am I holding on to this stuff? So it's like it's taking up space. I could be putting something else in. And I got 2 of those space saver bags. And they have long since popped the air back in them. So I haven't even taken the vacuum to reseal them. So they just need to go. You said you were only going till 9 tonight. Is that right? Well, okay, 10. 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you. I didn't realize I said that. But again, I'm tired. And when I'm tired, I don't know what I'm saying. Craft with Love 55. I'm not going to worry about that steam press because it's not going to work today with all these thick seams. Says, I've been so overwhelmed with my creative rooms, just have too much between fabrics and craft stuff. I need help for real. For real. Yeah, it's just a matter of getting it all organized. And it takes time for all of that. And I don't have time to like completely destroy my work area so I can reorganize everything. I don't have that kind of time. I would never get anything done, and I'm too busy right now to do that, to not say if I said it took me a month to 6 weeks, if I took everything out, I don't have time for that. I got too much stuff to do. Tiffany is saying she's on a specific fabric hunt. It's making her head hurt, starting staring at the screen, flipping through hundreds and hundreds of fabrics. Oh my gosh. I hate when I can't find a particular fabric you need and you know you got it. The Molly J says, do the thing called do the thing called trim grading be helpful? No, because I wouldn't dare trim a seam on this, and then if it starts fraying, I'm going to lose the seam. Not on this. It's got too many seams. I'm going on a local retreat next week. Have fun, Kathy. Retreats are nice. So 1, 2, so I need one of these blocks and one of these. I'm just stitching the first row of blocks together. Let's see. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 7, 8. No, it'll be 7, 8, 9. I'll need to make a block 9. So let me see. 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to make 5 more blocks before I can make the next 4 patches. So making sure I got this upright. So we'll be making some of these little units here I need to make. That's why I got this ruler available. Just trying to make sure I'm sewing the right thing here. Yep. I always start out pressing Bonnie Hunter seams open, and then I feel like I'm behind, and then I just start pressing them to the sides. And I wish I would just stay with my first thought and press the seams open. I wouldn't be dealing with all of this bulk that I'm dealing with. All right. Get this bag. Nope. What is this? These are the half squares that goes on the other units. I don't see the bag with the other units. Got flying geese. I remember seeing them somewhere. I had them because I was saying I'm going to start working on these, and I don't even know where I put them. This is ridiculous. They're probably on my long arm table. I don't know what I'm sewing right here. This is 1. This is 2. Let me see what I'm sewing. Third one. Okay, so this is that top one. And the bottom 2, I need 2 pieces that are alike. So I need 2 more blocks. These blocks got the same fabric. All right. So we'll sew these two together for another 4-patch unit, and I'll have my first row of 4 patches at least. This quilt is 6 blocks across by 2, 4, 6, 8 down. So, yeah. My sewing room is my bedroom. I started the declutter challenge. Really has helped, however, still working on it. Mary saying, thanks, T, for the info. You're so welcome. I saw that someone made Dresden plates out of ties. Yes, and I do like the tie quilts. I apparently don't have time to do anything with that. So I need to get rid of the ties. They have no family meaning to me. So it's like if I'm not using it, I need to get rid of it. So I didn't even put pins in this. The seams are kind of laying there. So let's just keep going forward. Forgot all about the pins. So maybe I don't need pins. Because the pins may not be helping my humps. Okay. And I just need something to stitch on to get this off. Something, anything. Oops, I'm in the wrong spot. Got to get to the extra stuff. Just put some up here. So I can finish this 4-patch. So again, I'm going to have to get to a heated iron to do that. My paper keeps falling over. So that's what this clip is for. Turn this the other way. And when I'm not online, I'm going to draw some grid lines in between these blocks that are making my eyes go crazy. So I can see. And I just tossed those to the floor. I forgot to let you guys see. I'm going to go look on my long arm for my pieces. Hopefully they're up there. Maybe I thought I was going to do some cutting over there. That's why I'm thinking they might be there. But I remember taking them out of the container so that I could sew on them today. But you know how that is. And I shouldn't do stuff like that when I'm tired because I don't remember where I put stuff. I'm going to make sure it didn't fall off the desk. I'll get up and look over on the floor over there in a bit. Just press the seam where I'm going to sew it across. For right now, I'm going to put a pin in that to hold that open. And we're just going to sew the rest. It's kind of a pastelish, not good with pastel colors, and I definitely don't have any. Tucker says, well, what do we have here? T is actually sewing on the Saturday night sewing chat. I will screenshot this and send it to you for when you're not sewing on Saturday. Clickbait. Kevin says, at Teaquilts, when you gonna let me help you get organized? Laughing out loud. Never. June's laughing out at Tucker, you're just too funny. Chris said, you can come help me. Kevin, my fabric is scattered in 3 rooms. Julie Quills, well, dang, I didn't think there would be a live tonight since T filmed all afternoon. Glad I signed in. Yeah, Kevin was also saying, you know, I'm always tired when I do the other one, especially when I go to Kevin's house, because then I have the ride back home too. So I am exhausted, and I'm thinking that next time on 4-Star General, I might just not have Saturday night chat. It's a lot. I'm hitting the mic, guys. Sorry. It's up too high. That's the problem. Well, that's one of the problems. The other problem is me. Oh, I got this just sitting there. Clipped the half square triangle and just sat it on top of the pieces. Okay, that's the pin there. All right. I actually got a seam or two going in the opposite direction of each other. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. All right. Carissa's asking, what am I sewing up? I'm actually sewing the Bonnie Hunter mystery without the sashing. I'm using somebody else's diagram that they posted a picture inside of the Facebook group. Her name is Debbie Dorambosi. I'm doing that. And then I'll decide what I'm going to do with the flying geese afterwards. Yeah. I'll be right back, guys. Now I know why my pieces were out. They were in my long arm, but that's because I was sewing. No, I was video recording, and I needed those pieces. So that's why they were not in their positions. Make sure this is off. That's why they weren't in the container. I've been actually recording some videos. It's just a matter now of me getting them all edited. So I was using different examples. I wasn't sewing on these. I was just using them as examples. So yeah. I got a piece here already cut. I'm using the what is it called? Lico Simple Folded Corners ruler on this technique. So I was making a video for that, showing you different methods of snowballing, because I happen to be working on 2 projects using 2 of the 3 techniques that I'm showing. So this block goes like this. It's the last one in the row. So I can't show you anything sewed together here. Just making 4 patches of different block configurations. I didn't show you the other 2. And then they're going to go together. I'll show you the layout again because I have to take it off my clipboard. So this is another one I have with 3 of the pink blocks, 1 of the red. And then this one I think is 4 red blocks. If right here, 4 patches. So I have taken somebody else's layout that they posted a photo in Quiltville Studio. And so this is what I'm actually using, just making that. Probably put some white around this, then put those flying geese units on here. And I don't know what after that, but at least it's a start. I'm in the piece reduction. So I need to make more of these pink blocks here because I don't have enough to sew the next grouping of 4 patches. I could sew, let's see, I got 2, no, I got 1 left. So I could make one more 4 patch unit. I got 1 left, but I don't have enough for a whole row. I've got the first 4 patches for the 2 rows across the top completed. Gotta use the ruler. Can't sew until I trim. 2 1/2. Here. I'm behind in the chat comments, guys. I can't sew and keep up with the chat. Tiffany, my room is cluttered because I need to put everything away. I plan to move my desk to have room for the camera. And then I just lost my chat comments. And I'm I'm at the bottom now. So Paula S says, try IKEA, the Container Store or Target, Jazzy Joy. So Jazzy must be looking for something. Zella says, going to be really pretty. Quilt, love your colors. This is all Bonnie Hunter of Quiltville.com. You can go over to her site. She has been every week since Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving, she's been uploading clues to her mystery. And the last clue came out last Friday, and it'll only be up probably for a month that it's going to be free. So if you're interested in getting the pattern, go over there and download it. And she done something totally different than what this gal did. So I'm just doing this because it's quicker. But thank you, Zella. And I even use Bonnie's colors. I'm just a bright person. Kevin has done this same thing, and he did repros. It looks totally different. So thanks, everybody. Paula S. came in late. Miss T, what are you making? Again, I just said it, but just in case somebody missed it, working on Bonnie Hunter's mystery quilt. And I'm just sewing together a different setting. And I don't know. I thought I just showed y'all, so I'm not going to take it off again. I don't know. I've showed it a couple of times. I have the parts to Bonnie Hunter's Frolic on design boards. Hope to someday get it done. Yeah. And see, that's what I'm trying not to do because I'm trying not to have these pieces just laying around here. So that's why I'm trying to just sew it together. I'm working backwards a little bit. Remo's back. Say good evening, Miss T and Quilters. Thumbs up. And Joyce says, that is understandable, T. Too much in one day for you. Yeah, especially if I'm driving. T, which foot are you using? I'm using my 97 D foot. Although for some reason my machine is saying it's the 1C, and that's not true. 97D. I don't know where that come from. Let me change this. Although it stitches in the same position, I just like for it to read what it's supposed to read. All right. That was Stephanie. Okay, I'm going back to the bottom. Julie says, no worries, T. We can entertain ourselves. I'm just glad I knew exactly where they were. I just forgot when I got through recording to put them back into the container. And I don't know why these are in there. Okay. I'm I don't know if I've sorted these fabrics or not. Trying to see. I try to use a different fabric. Some of them look sorted and some do not. So I'm using different ones in the pieces. So let me do a quick sort here so I can get some out. Because I don't ever cut the number that she tells me to cut. I just cut pieces and then I just sort through my stack and use them until they're gone. Who can't keep a 2.5-inch square or something like that? So, you know, certain base sizes is very easy to just keep them. So, just get a few of these out. I don't think I'm going to be making too many blocks today. These are all the same. This one's different. That one. I'm almost through this stack. Right here. Received my kit yesterday. Thanks, Miss T. Love the fabrics. You're welcome, T. Roberts. Tananji. Chinanyi. I think I'm getting duplicates here. You know, you have white tone on tones. They start to look the same after a while. So, I'm going to skip those. Go to here. Some hearts. Those are all the same. Well, no, not this one. Okay. And put you in the bag. And I'll sort out, I guess I'll take some of these. One. I already used that. Okay. Put what I don't need back in the bag for right now. And I've got a stack of squares to choose from. All right. So, I got 2 up there. One's already done. When I do this one, then I can make a block. That's how we doing it, block by block. Well, I guess I could just sew some of these ends on here, then I can make a few blocks, but you know. Let's see. At Teaquilts, Lynette William has a question about snowballing. What is it? When you have a unit, it could be a square. It doesn't have to necessarily be this half square triangle. And most times it is a square. And you're putting a piece on the corner and making it look like that. So you're snowballing the corner by taking a square and sewing the seam from corner to corner from the edge of the square. And this ruler just makes it a little bit different. I just cut the corner. I put this on. This used to look like this. And I do have a video coming out, so I'm not going to really go into this a whole lot. But the video will be edited. It will come out. I just recorded it on Friday or Thursday. So it's just in my editing line. But it will be a video coming out on how to do this. And I even show you or talk about the regular way of doing it as well, without the ruler. I talk about it, and I even show you what or tell you what you need to do it without the ruler. But Oh, it's up here now. I'm looking on the floor for my container. So I need a set. We're going to make a block. We're going block by block because we can. Mm, 1, 2. This is not in the right order. 3 and 4. It's on the bottom. Okay, so in order to make this, I got 4 of those. I need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 4 of these. They're supposed to be the same. So that's the same. And I think that's what I need to make a block. We'll see. So now I'm just going to make some 2-patch units here. And then I can put a block together. Go ahead and do it block by block. That's kind of how I made my other 8. Just working on it block by block. And I don't have a whole lot of pieces out, especially when the pieces got to match up. It's just easier. And Dorsey comes back saying, I've been telling everybody to hit the thumbs up button. And just seeing that I hadn't hit mine yet. She said, shame on me. Okay. And then on this fabric, trying to see what's the right and wrong side. I got a piece of fossil fern here. Light colors. Can't tell what side is which. I just go by the one I can see most of the design of. It's a guessing game. Okay, and then I'm going to sew this corner through here just to chain piece something off so I have all my pieces. So I can check and make sure I have all my pieces. All right. I guess if I'm making new blocks, I should be pressing seams open. I guess. Let's see. Got this part. I press that seam down. We'll press the seams open to help ease some of this bulk. Okay, so Lynette says that she didn't know that that's what that was called. She's saying thank you to me and Kim and Joyce, who was helping get her questions answered. But like I said, I do have a video. I'm trying to record the rest of that take 5, so that's what I've really been working on. And I don't want to work on that in here to get it done because I already had started a whole video series on it. So, I don't think these seams matter if they're pressed open or not, but I'll go ahead and do it just to see on this first one. And then if I don't need to in the future, I won't do these anymore. But we're going to go ahead and start pressing seams open again. Make my life a little easier when I'm sewing these blocks next to each other. There. And it's 9:10, so we got like 50 more minutes here. You all know I'm ending on time tonight, right? Actually, I'm glad I came in here because, like I said, even when I'm tired and don't want to do a live, at least I'm working. You all have me working on some project. Usually, just last week, I didn't sew a whole lot. I love that ruler. I don't have to square up my blocks when I use it. Also love it for cutting my bindings. Yes. And I just purchased it because I'm used to just doing it. But when we had so many of them, Kevin let me use his ruler because he uses it all the time. And I really liked it. So the only thing is, if I was doing this the old-fashioned way, I would have both sides of these pieces sewed, and I'm not sewing the other side. So I do have all these extra pieces over here to sew. But I at least like that I can get the block done quicker. Doris, I just checked to see if I hit the thumbs up, and I did, but it's showing that it's only 13. You got to refresh your screen. Paula says, Miss T, I am sitting here listening to you while I still wrap fabric on comic book boards. Saw that on YouTube, trying to organize fabric stash. Yes, and that's how I actually have my fabric stash stored. It makes a big difference. I like it. I don't have a mess when I go to get fabrics. My problem right now is I need to put the fabric up, and where am I going to put it? um, the Doug Zico Simple Corners ruler, Mary. Julie says, if you feel like it, would you explain the wax fabrics? Thanks. Batiking, on regular batiks, they also use a wax. But on the African fabrics, they're using multiple layers of waxing because they are adding in a whole lot of colors, where batiks are mostly uh, two, maybe three colors, and you have like the runoffs of those colors, kind of making more colors. You don't have a whole lot of colors in the batiks as much as you would when you're doing the African wax, because they're doing those mostly, they're mostly geometric designs, but they are doing more fabrics and more coming out with more designs. And so they're using a waxing technique that they use wax to cover the places that they don't want. So they start with a white piece of fabric, and the parts that they want to keep white, they'll wax that part. And then they'll do dyes of a different color, and then they keep going. So they start with their lightest colors, and they go all the way through to their darkest colors. And so you just have layer upon wax is what's going on. And then the wax is heated, boiled and heated off, much like in regular batiks. So that's what it is. And sometimes it's kind of like when we're using water soluble stabilizer and we go rinse it off. Sometimes the technique is you don't want to rinse it all off because you want your fabric to be, or your project that you're making, to be a little stiffer. And that's the same process with this. You don't want it, you don't want your water soluble to be gummy, but you don't want to rinse it all out either. All right, so I got everything pressed here. Oh, I got to make half square triangles. These units, you make half square triangles with this unit. So that's what I got to do next. And then I need a red square. So I'm just trying to look at these pieces and make sure I don't put, that I'm not putting the same fabrics, and I'm okay. So that's what I'm doing next, is making half square triangles. And then I need a red center square. Hey, Maxie Doodle. Julie Quills, oh, makes sense as these fabrics feel heavy. I love the weight and your pressing. So easy to work with. Yeah. And on my take 5, I just pressed those seams to one side. And the reason why I did that is because it's a very simple pattern. There are no half square triangles. Those are big pieces. So they're not like little pieces like what I'm working with now. So I did not press those seams open. I just pressed them to a side and kept going on that African quilt. And you can pre-wash your African prints. Lord. Ooh wee. I don't even know what I was saying. Oh my goodness. So those are not sorted. Trying to find my stack of fabrics that I've already sorted for my centers. This isn't it either. See, I got stacks of repeats to make more blocks, so I'm trying to make sure I get the right ones. Here they are. Everything is in this basket though, so that's nice. If I leave it in the basket. Okay, so we'll put the reds up there. We need to sew off our pieces so I can press those. So I can make this block, lay this block out here. Okay. So again, we're going to press all of these seams open just in case. I guess I could have cut my heat press back on by now since I'm pressing stuff open. It's going to take too long to heat up for this one though. Unless I do another block. I'm thinking it would work with that. Feels better already. And she says, I love the weight, and you're pressing it, so I love the weight. If she's talking about the weight of those batik fabrics, we also put starch on them on top of that, too. Kevin did the pressing on those. So we used undiluted, what was it? The blue stuff. It's not blue, it's the blue bottle. I'm so used to using Faultless, so Kevin uses a different starch. And Faultless, I don't think will do Kevin's technique because it clogs up your nozzle. Okay, that's 3. Last one we're pressing open here. And if I had my little mini iron, I could have been using my press stick, but I don't. That's what I should have, my little mini iron in here. I don't have any iron in here. I don't even have my big Oliso iron in here. Because I had taken it to my big ironing board, and then I just recently bought another one. So we'll see. I'm always trying to buy iron when I feel like I can get a deal on it. Stay flow. Thank you, Julie Quilts. That's the starch I'm talking about. Thank you, Kevin. And thanks, Kevin, for answering the question about the ruler again. I really like using Stay Flow, and I am a big time starcher. Yes, Claudette Bettis is back saying hello, T, and everyone. Yeah. I'm waiting on this to heat up, so I'm just going to put all of this over here and do the corners on the next block. It's always something to do. Get me 4 squares here and trim off these corners. I did put, which I may not have mentioned in that video, but I do have dots under here to keep this ruler from moving. Um, See the dots I got all over this ruler? I use two different kinds so that the ruler doesn't move. I was having issues with it wobbling a little bit, so I took care of that. I may have to put a screen up, just type it on there. Or just show it in another video, a little short clip. 2 more to go here for this set while we wait on the steam press to heat up. And then I'm going to have to stand up so I can make sure them seams are being pressed open too. I'm sitting down trying to iron with you guys. Make sure my ruler is lined up just right. Trim that corner. That up there. So my next set of 4 corners are ready. Feel heat now. Yay. Got seams I'm trying to press open here. I may only have to do one at a time because it's a lot of fabric in one spot and they want to just flip back the other way. If I was using an iron, I got this iron here. I forgot it was here. I got so many irons. I got the Panasonic iron here. The cordless iron. That's what I normally use. I've been using. That's why the that Oliso is not in here because I've been using this. That's all right. This steam press is flattening them out real good. I don't know if you all can see. Let me show you one that's not pressed and one that's pressed. Yeah, this steam press is nice. All right. So now, we can lay this block out. Center, yellow in the middle. So now we're basically sewing a 9 patch, an uneven 9 patch. There we go. Angela Stringer is here. Hey, Angela. Let's see what Angela's saying. Hi, T and Quill Folk. The world still spins in fabric. Don't we know it? Just a 9 patch block now. Oh, this block feels so much better pressed open, guys. And steam pressed. Come on. I don't know why I was taking shortcuts, but I was. I'm going to just sew one of these corners to chain piece that off. Get some double duty here. Take this off. Go back up to the top. press these seams open too. I don't know why I was resisting pressing these seams. It's a whole lot nicer. Press these. Trying to make sure they go down. Yes. Julie says, it is a lot of work, but I do it really only when I'm working on small pieces and small half square triangles. Yes, and I normally do it when I'm having blocks that have a lot of seams. And because we had so many units and pieces that we needed, I stopped pressing the seams open. My half square triangles, my flying geese, all of that stuff is pressed open. And then I just went crazy and started pressing to the side. This block feels a whole lot better than any of that other stuff up here. Just hard-headed. I was hard-headed, not following through, trying to catch up. I'm behind so bad I was trying to play catch up. So I will be pressing the rest of the blocks open. So another one of these corners. All right. Mary talking about T has the best laugh. Maxi Doodle, you all are amazing. I pick my fabrics and I want to start cutting and sewing. I do iron my fabrics, but no starch. If you are die cutting, you definitely want to start your fabrics. And I think even when you're cutting, that putting some sizing in your fabric will help keep your fabric from shifting when it's under the ruler. So I think even that's why I think they came out with Mary Ellen's Best Press, because it just kind of gives you a little fine starching. But I feel like you should starch all your fabric before you cut. The exception would be batiks are kind of stiff, and the African print fabrics are stiff. I did not starch those when I made jelly rolls, but I did starch them when we cut them into blocks, into actual units. The jelly roll, I just pressed them to get any wrinkles out if it had wrinkle from shipping, but I did not put starch on those. So now we got our little 9-patch unit. 9:30. So now we're sewing this together. Alrighty. Now I will have to use pins because I press these seams open, and that's the other thing when you press seams open. They don't nest. So if I don't want them to move, I need to pin them. I don't think in this quilt you will notice it's so many seams. It's like, just go for it. But this block feels a whole lot different than the other ones. Okay. Put you in position. Sew another seam. And then we've got to do the other side. And Darcy goes, we all love tea or we wouldn't be here with a smile. Well, thank you. Julie says, it really does help me. More accuracy and easier to cut, to get accurate cuts. That's correct. And Quill Gal says, I mix my Stay Flow with distilled water 25% and store it in the fridge so it doesn't go sour. Maxie Doodle says, it reminds me of my mom heavily starching my dad's white shirts. Just kind of like when we used to get our jeans back from the cleaners and you had to put your hand in there and go up and down like this. The crease would stand out on those jeans. We wore those jeans for a long time before we washed them jeans. Okay, we let them jokers air out. Kim says, Miss T, thank you for sharing your time and expertise with us. You are so good at explaining and answering questions, and it's appreciated. You are so sweet and you are loved. Well, you are welcome. That's why I am on YouTube. It started with people asking me questions. So that's exactly what my channel is about. It's trying to help people. And sometimes you're just stuck in a particular spot and you need help right now sometimes. So if I can, I try to help people. Sometimes I can't help everybody because I don't know what, exactly what your project is sometimes. But I do try to help people if I can. And so while I've been piecing this block, I've sewed my 4 folded corners or simple folded corners. Snowball. Some people come up with different words because it's been used, and when they're coming out with a product, they don't want somebody to say that a snowball is copyrighted or something like that. So people use different terminology. Let me see if I can use this to press on top of here, even though it's not in heated iron. Let's see what that does. I also want to clip my connecting threads if I'm pressing my seams open. I forget that step sometimes. I already start pressing and it's like it won't open up because I don't put a long chain. If you put a long chain on them, you don't have to clip it. I don't seem to be of the caliber to be able to sew a chain long enough for my pieces to open up. I'm hoping if I press it up here, even though I have no heat, we shall see. See, the wood in here is making it so that the heat bounce back off of this press stick. But I don't have heat. I'm trying to cheat. And I may have to just cut on my little Panasonic iron if I'm going to continue to make these whenever I come in here and sew. But I probably won't sew on this unless I'm with you guys because I'm sewing other projects that I'm videotaping. So I need to sew those when I'm not with you guys. I also want to do a Black History Month project with some African fabrics. Or maybe just fabric. Can you believe I'm thinking about doing a 2 fabric quilt? Highly unusual for me. didn't help at all pressing with that on top of the stick. The stick needs heat. I try to press it a little bit, open it up, and make sure before I do the final, let it rip. Okay. So this block looks so much nicer on the back with all these seams pressed open. This block has been pressed really nice and it looks good until you go to sew it. And all the seams go in the same direction and then it becomes a nightmare. So, yeah, it looks nice. It's pressed nice and flat. But when I'm sewing, it's just too thick. And this feels so much better. Just hard head. You know what they say about that? And thank you, Cam. I can't remember if I said thank you or not, but thank you so much. I forget that about starch a lot. Then I iron it, and then I have to go back and do it. Yes. Please put starch, some starch or sizing, anything. You can use anything. I have a video on different types of things you can use for sizing. You don't have to. They even have a spray can that says it's just spray sizing. So use something on your fabric. Yeah, I don't starch my jelly rolls. Most times when I do a jelly roll quilt, you're strip piecing some kind of way. And then once you get to pressing the strip, you can put some starch on it once you've sewn. But make sure you lift your iron. You are not ironing, you are pressing. You are lifting and pressing, lifting and pressing. Because you don't want to stretch your strip or make it get little wavy S's in it. So, but I do starch my strip set before I cut it into the next units though. I didn't press seams open, but the sashing will help too when putting blocks together. Yeah, that sashing would help, but I'm not doing it. I don't feel like sewing all of that. You know, if I really, really love this quilt, I would have done the sashing. It's no problem. But if you're not loving a quilt, I don't want to put in that extra work. I know what extra work that sashing is going to cost me. And right now, I just want these pieces sewn together so that I can make the completed quilt top. Who knows? Maybe I do a raffle and raffle this quilt off. You know, you never know. I don't think I'm keeping it. uh. Full fat quarters is the smallest I starch. I wish I was not a self-taught sewer. Get bad habits and it's hard to break. Laughing out loud. I got better at piecing, but the pressing is a whole nother issue. Yep, and you know what? I'm self-taught too, but I also came from the clothing industry, and I think that's why I was one of those people that like to press seams open because I think in my earlier blocks I noticed that they had those little ridges. When you come from sewing and you're used to pressing all of your seams open and come into quilting, I think it's a lot easier transition. There you go, Stephanie. She said what I didn't say. I didn't want Facebook to censor me. The Molly says, thanks for an example. Iron open reduces bulk. Iron to one side, add more bulk in the intersections. Yes. And like I said, this block, in the other block, I make pretty blocks no matter what. So this block looked perfectly fine. It's perfectly flat. But when I feel these intersections over the intersections up there, they're just a little bit better on the pressed open block. And I think it's going to make a big difference when I go to sew my next 4 patches. So I'm going to sew, I need like, I think I said 6 or 7 more blocks to be able to sew the next row of 4 patches. So I'm going to do that and pay attention as I'm sewing. And I'll be here with you guys because I told you all I probably won't sew on this unless I'm with you guys because I'm working on other stuff. So, yeah, the blocks look pretty. I love this block. It's so pretty. Thanks. Oh, I think I read that one. Yeah. So that's the Molly. So let's see. I need another set of units to sew pieces to. Next 4. We're going to make half square triangles. And I can go ahead and press these open. And I still got one under my needle. Press these 2. Sew this one so I can get my other one off. So I can press the last 2. Good night, Kevin. Kevin been having some long days. I'm surprised he stayed in here to this long. We only got just a little bit over 15 minutes required. Now I'm getting in the groove. You know what's gonna happen, right? I don't woke up. I'm ready to sew now. I am awake. And what that usually means is I'm going to be up late just either watching television because I won't fall asleep. Something's going to happen. Now that I've completely awakened myself. Okay. We'll sew one more block. So that'll make for 10. We'll just sew those off. Well, no, I need those yellow pieces. Back to the basket. Sets of 4 yellow. And then sets of 4 lights. Got those already. Squares are already out, so I don't have to worry about that. And we're just going to sew these together. And the red squares are already out. That's what I meant. So these. People saying good night to Kevin and June. Good night, everybody. Tiffany is also giving you all the link to join the Facebook group. So if you haven't joined there, go over and do that as well. Joyce is, Baker is having to leave, saying good night. Puppies are telling me it's puppy night night. Yes. It's funny how dogs try to corral you when they're tired and ready to go to sleep for tonight and you're off schedule. They're trying to tell you what to do. They're cute. Okay, now we got everything sewn, I think, that we need to lay out the 9 patch, the uneven 9 patch block. Kim says, my body is not liking all of these temperature changes. It makes my joints hurt. I'm trying to stay in the house. When they tell me it's cold outside, I said, oh, okay, later. I didn't even go. I went to the post office yesterday, but I didn't go today. I'll go back Monday when I drop off the any Take 5 kits that I cut and tomorrow. I got to look at my emails for that too, I guess. Trying to give a good rub on that. Seeing where the hump is. Song popped in my head, do the Humpty Hump. Okay, come on, sing. Try putting it face down. See what that does. I can't even get this fat part open when I try to go straight to it. See what I got before I lay this next one down. Yep, it closed over a little bit. So up is better even though they want to close. I'll try it one more time. Try one more time. Face down. Still got one more to go here. Now let's see what it looks like. If it's folded back again, that's perfect. So yeah, I think the other one seam was just a little bit. She had to do some compensating in the seam. All right, 4 patch units. Well, not 4 patch, 2 patch units. I can put all 4 of these on there at the same time. Maybe overlay them too. Help keep the previous seam down. Overlay. All right, we're ready to lay our block out. And the red. Tamar, hi. How are you? It's been a while. I don't know what else I missed in here. Hold on. Let me go back just a little bit. I know people were saying good night, and then Polly Lorenz came in, joined the Facebook group. Well, thank you, Polly. I'll let you in. Miss T, would it be helpful to set timer for 1 or 2 hours to stop and go to bed? You need your rest, little lady. Just saying, we need you to stay healthy. You know, the thing is, I'm always in the bed when I'm not sleeping. I'm just laying there, and then I either decide if I'm going to stay there and just stay awake, or I decide if I'm going to get up and do something. Most times I'm just laying there awake. Sometimes I'll get up and do something. I do know that sleep is important, but I do let my body, if my body tells me I need sleep, I will go to sleep in the middle of the day. It doesn't matter. I could have just gotten up at 10 or 11 because I do sleep on a different schedule since I stay up most nights. I don't wake up at 8 or 6 or 4 like some of you all that's got to work. So um I do sleep when I'm sleepy. I will go to sleep. I'm one of them people that I think I'm used to surviving off of 6 hours of sleep, and when I get the 8 or 12 hours, then it's like, oh, I could go for days. That's what my body is thinking. So we need to press these seams open, move these over so I can have room to do that. And I basically just starch these fabrics when I press, so I haven't added any more starch to them. Sometimes, if my blocks are really flimsy, I might add starch to my completed blocks, but these blocks are not fitting that criteria. And then Kevin cut some of this too, so he did the starching. I cut some, he cut some. So it's a combination of both of us, but we both use starch. See what this one does. Try to lift it up before I do a hard press on it. Yep. RA is not for the faint of heart. Okay. So now we're ready to add our other row onto here. Judy Smith says, hi T from Cole, North Carolina. Hey. And I think my mom got RA too. A lot of people. Dorsey is also reminding people that haven't hit the thumbs up button already. As you're leaving out, make sure you hit the thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Finished my second Ohio store variation, 2 down and 2 to go. These take a while. That's Dee Dee. And I don't know if Dee Dee is like cutting as she goes or if she has all her pieces cut. But, it's a lot of pieces. And I know when Kevin and I are sitting there doing them, maybe we're making them look easy, but they are some time-consuming blocks. And I think Kevin and I are just used to working on small scale. So that's why it's no big deal to us overall. It's a big deal. But I think, we're not intimidated by it like wouldn't approach it because we're used to sewing small units. I did a whole Dear Jane quilt. I feel like I can sew anything. Okay. Get my 2 pins for my intersections on my 9-patch units. And stitch this right on up. And Darlene talking about, I'm cheering you on, Dee Dee. I'm not caught up. The Bonahoney mystery is all over the place. Yep, and that's what I'm trying to do. That's why I ended up putting it into this container. At least it'll all be contained. It's not going to be all over the place. And I will take my container and press the seams for my 4 patches so I can get those pressed while I'm pressing African fabrics too. So, yeah. That's when I finish. I'm just tossing everything back into this basket. I want to get this done. All right. Got this long seam. Let me go ahead and press this one while I'm doing this one. Press the other one. Almost done. All right, all right. It's barking back. Mary says that's the trouble with teachers. They make everything look easy. Oh, goodness. You are correct. uh, okay, Susan. She says she just requested to join Facebook too. Okay. Yeah, because I got my notifications. It's 10 o'clock. Yep, so my notifications are turned off. It's not going to let me know anything else. I cut everything off at 10. If I'm up after 10, it's my time. So I turn off all notifications. If it's an emergency, my family calls my home number. Last seam here, guys. I'm not even going to do a chain piece because I'm needing to oil this machine. I didn't oil it today. Cut that seam. Put this over there. I can put this up. Oops. No, it's time to go. I didn't take either pin out when I stitched that one. I stitch with fine pins, and then because I'm left-handed and I put my pins in backwards, sometimes I don't have to pull them out if I don't push the pin to the end, to the seam. But yeah. So we got 2 full blocks done. Better than no full blocks. And we got 3 4-patch units sewed. This is so high. I didn't want to trust it, but it did it. Okay. I'm going to pick this up so I can put all of these pieces back in here. The squares in here. These other squares. This is something else. It's just an extra half square triangle from my video. These are just extras. And this I'm going to put in that bag so I know those reds go with that. Ruler in here. Put this up. Here's my block. That's completed. So another block. So I think this only makes 10. So I'm going to put this on the design board. No, I'm not. I'm going to put them up. I was going to put them on the design board because they all are pressed open, but I'll just put them all together. These, I still got 2 that have the seams pressed any kind of way. So maybe I might mix them up when they're laying next to each other. Put one with the other so that I have a combination. We'll see when I get there. This is all ready. And now I'm picking up my 4-patch blocks I tossed over just to get out the way and put these in there. I have to press these when I get to my big board. And the instructions for right now can stay up there because they're on the clip. But if I take them off the clip, then I got to put it up. So, trying to keep everything organized. That's it, I think. I'm going to cut this off. Read final comments in the chat, and then we're going to call it a night. This is a scrap. Thank you, Chocolate Treat. Says the beautiful. Damali J is saying good night, everyone. Have a wonderful Sunday. Remo, you and your family are still in my prayers, sending you love and hugs. It will get better. I finished my delectable mountain quilt top except for borders. I'm working on 4.4 1/4 inch Drunkard's Path blocks now. Quilt juice may be order. Yeah, Eric's kind of quilt juice. Janice saying good night, T and T quilt and quilters. Thank you for your prayers. Julie says, T, before you say goodnight, I want to tell you I got a block with the salvage on it. Must have slipped in the cutter. I am so happy. I'm leaving it in my Take 5 quilt. Tells all about. Yeah, and I I'm sorry that happened. It did slip because what happens is we put them on the cutter, and then the pressure kind of like scoots fabrics, and so sometimes that happens. And when I'm cutting a stack of 8 to 10 fabrics, I don't know that. But I've been sewing some of my strings, and I have purposely been leaving. If I find one, I'm not gonna find one. I've been leaving like this one. I've got the big salvage on here because I want the word on there. Is the high target. So I like text in my quilt, so I'm using the text from the salvage. This little bar right here, this little brown, this little um, line of stitching right here, that's actually from a salvage. That's not part of the fabric. I've been leaving them in. I got another one right here. Here it is, right in the middle, where I've got the salvage with the words on them. So I do leave mine in too. And if you get something that you don't like, just let me know, because I will send you something else. Just let me know what size it is you need recut. So if you ever get something and it's not right, it's too short or something, you can't use it, just let me know. I'll send you something else too. I got high target. This is where the high target falls into the middle, up under the orange there in the middle. But you can't even see it. Hold on. Right there is high target. Hoping you can see that, yeah. But I've been purposely leaving mine in. I'm working on the border for my quilt top, guys. So that's what these are. I had told Kevin I was going to do that. I don't have any waste so far on this African fabric. None. Because I'm using every little quarter-inch of it at this point. So, Lisa Pegg said, enjoyed the evening, and Miss T, good night. Thank you, Lisa. Let me go back and make sure anybody else, okay? Julie said, the fabric and where it is from, love it, yes. Quilty Graham saying good night. Prayers to everyone in need. Darlene's going to try the starching tomorrow. Tiffany is saying good night, T and friends. I'm going to take my meds and go to bed. I need sleep. Good night, Tiffany. Hoping you have a better tomorrow. Kim Burris says good night all. Take care. Stay safe. Be blessed. Good night, everyone. Take care from Remo. Chocolate Treats heading back to the Ozarks on Saturday. Now, that's fun. Paula saying good night. Julie Quilts. I want more fabric for my borders also. And keep some salvages on. Laughing out loud. You know, I do have like yardage, like yard pieces you can buy. I have half yard pieces that will have the salvage on both sides. So you can consider that. Right now, I don't have any scraps because, as you all can see, I'm not even cutting I don't normally make strings this big. But when you see something like this, you can get away with big strings like this. This is my border. Or one of my borders anyway. And I'm leaving these pieces huge. If it's got a big design on it, I'm not cutting them down. And every once in a while, if I have like 2 pieces of the same fabric that size, then I'll go ahead and cut it down on one piece or something like that. But I'm basically just leaving these pieces huge. This quilt is more going to be a utilitarian quilt. I'm actually going to use this quilt. It's going to be my day-to-day quilt, especially during the month of Black History. That's going to be my Black History quilt for sure. So I'm making it big enough to go on my bed. Just want to make sure I've read everybody's comments. People are just saying good night. And Julie says, I will buy some yardage. That's good. On the 4-Star General Quilt Live, I thought Kevin may have tried to make pound cake for dessert. That was funny. He gone and you up here cracking jokes on him, Benita. I'm going to tell him. Middleton's Hobby Farm says blessings to all. Hey, I don't know what you mean by hobby farm. I don't know if you got animals or not, but I've been really interested in farming videos. So you got a YouTube channel? Dee Dee says, I am cutting as I go. Okay, so yeah, I had asked that question if Dee Dee was cutting. So that's why it's taking her a little longer because she's cutting as she goes. And whereas what I do is I get all of my background fabrics and I stack them and I cut them all in one pass. And I did videotape that Friday. I'm hoping that video, because I had some interruption, things were happening, phones was ringing. And so I had to keep stopping, battery run out. So I'm hoping that video is good enough for me to put out. But yeah, I'm going to show you all how I cut. And I use my phone to help me with that. I have enjoyed the entire day and night with you, T. Thanks so much. Good night, everyone. So this is going to end it right here. So good night, everyone. Everyone stay blessed, be safe, and quilt out, everybody. Take care.